People, DG, I'm back again. Now, Arsenal are broke. Like, we're really brass as a football club. Clearly, we've got strong cash reserves and things like that. But if you go just based on what we see numerous times in the reports, I think even the latest thing you're seeing is that allegedly Arsenal have briefed even everyone down to the low level people that work in finance departments to find cost cutting measures everywhere, such as what we're trying to do. There's also rumours with obviously with Lacazette, Aubameyang and Mkhitaryan, despite the fact we let players go, we got into ourselves into a bit of a pickle with the wages and transfers, so we probably can't invest significantly without sanctions. That's just based on what you read. I do think some of that's true, but I do think if Arsenal really wanted to do this thing, they'll find ways around it because there is clubs. So we probably can't sign Arne Maier. I hope I've said his name correctly. Probably haven't, but I like him a lot. Now he's not the finished article. For instance, he's 6 foot plus, and I do think he can improve in the air. But who is the finished article at 19? Plays for her for Berlin. At the time of getting the information for this video, he's made 18 appearances. So if it's changed or fluctuated, you obviously know he's played some games. And I must admit, he's a player I like a lot. Firstly, the thing that strikes me is you can tell he's an intelligent player. He's a very cultured player, man. He's got a good first touch. He can play good passes. He can break the lines. Um, he's got good movement. He's not afraid to get pressed. He can play under pressure. He can find himself out of tight holes. He can build from the back, receiving it off his centre halves. He shows a willingness to tackle. I think he can improve, but he shows a willingness to tackle. He can tackle. He can retrieve the ball back, and he shows a willingness to put it work in defensively. It will be interesting to see where he develops long term, because I do think when he does do it and do little 1-2s and contribute to attacking phases, he's very good at it and looks at home. But equally, I wouldn't say he's necessarily a defensive mid, but he's someone, because he's got more to him, but he's someone that shows a willingness to break down play to a degree and distribute. So I'll be keen to see where he develops in long term, because he can play around, in my opinion, probably 2, 3, maybe even 4 different midfield positions. He's 6 foot, so there's a lot of potential. He's not the quickest, but he's not even he's not slow. I do think he does play it safe a bit. Now you could say that's maturity on one hand, which I like, but at times I think he plays a bit too safe for someone with his ability. Only he will know. I think he makes some good, like I said, he makes some good runs into the box, and he starts play from deep. Two very similar aspects needed for a midfielder, but two kind of modern day, that two contrasting sort of roles. So long term, I'm keen to see where he plays, man. And he's also got good positioning as well, which many young players or many play you need that to play in a defensive mid role or a midfield role, regardless of what role it is, unless it's box to box, and you got to be a bit more creative than that. But for a young man, he's got that as well. He's got a good engine on him as well, which you obviously need to be a midfielder. Price tag, I'm not too sure. He's probably going to start, if not already, being linked with everyone and their dog. But he's a player I would look at, man. In the next coming years, I think he could develop. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But he's a player I've got a lot of time for, man. And if I was a Hertha Berlin fan, I'd enjoy him while he's there, because I don't think he'll be there long. The European giants probably come calling. I don't think he should make the move yet. If it's not to a club like Arsenal or a team like that, where realistically we're not Barcelona and things like that. And if you're developing the likes of Bayern Munich, the likes of PSG now, Madrid, Barca come calling for you, which will be Torreira very soon, in my opinion. But he's probably best staying at her for a similar low level ranked club, allegedly, just developing, playing his games. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure, obviously, he's a German international, he plays in Germany, and any player of decent quality that is of that bracket, they find their way at Bayern Munich or quickly being linked with that. And that's something that will happen for him very soon, in my opinion. Now, if he was to go there tomorrow, I think he would hack it, but we also know at these sort of clubs, it's more than just being a good footballer. And the least, I believe anyways, the least you can do to give yourself a chance to thrive at these clubs is be the finished article, because the worst thing, like I said, being a footballer at these big clubs like Real Madrid, etc., being a good footballer is almost the least of your issues in that. Obviously, if you're poor and they ask questions of you because you're putting in poor performances or indifferent performances, which many young players do, you've also got to carry yourself a different way. Obviously, he's a young man and a professional footballer, so he's probably photographed all the time. But if he was to play for these clubs, it's a different level the minute you leave your house. A lot of things that it's essentially what a normal footballer would have, times 1,000. And is he ready for that at 19? I'm not too sure. And like I said, if he plays bad for her for Berlin, people will legitimately ask questions and say why he doesn't improve. But it's not the end of the world. When you play for the big 5, 6, and you play poorly, you're a hero one week, but you're atrocious the next one, and you find yourself being linked with other clubs and all this sort of stuff. But he's a good player, man. In what I've seen of him, like I said, man, other people probably got more extensive knowledge on him and know him like the back of their hand. But from what I've seen, I see a decent player in it, a good player. So on that note, anyways, people, deluded. If you wish, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe and like the video. You guys know I'm the best at this, and a happy New Year to you. But on that note, guys, DG, I'm out.